Can you zoom in really, really close in your right eye? Why? Okay, don't... What face? Can... Do you see why I have trouble telling what color my eyes are? They're like green, but then they have like an outer ring of blue. Isn't that weird? Like... It's weird. When I was walking, this old lady came up to me and she was like, "Excuse me, I feel really bad asking this, but could you give me any money?" And I was like, "Oh," and she was like, "'Cause I'm struggling to feed my son and I really need to do some shopping." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I looked in my bag because I have a little coin pouch and I thought that I knew I had a note in there. And I was like, okay, I hope this note is like a $5 or $10 note. And then I pulled it out and it was a $20 note and I was like, fuck. And then I gave her it because I was like, I'm not going to take that out and then not give her it. So then I gave her it and then she was like, "Oh, thank you so much, I love you. But could you give me any more? Like maybe $50 or you could buy me a gift card or something." And I was like, okay, like I just gave you $20, which is like a pretty big amount of money. Was she bold? No. That's the thing, if someone like that comes up to me asking for money, I usually just go like, "No thank you." But it's usually because they looked like like they're on something. They look like they're on the stuff. But this was just some old woman, like, hobbling up to me. But I was like, Jesus, I just gave you $20 and now you're up there asking for $50? Like, oh my goodness. And then when I went to another shop, because after I gave her that 20 and she asked me 50, I was like, "Oh no, sorry, I don't have anything else, like, that's all." Went into another shop and then I saw she was like looking at me from the outside and I was like, "Lady, please." When you look like an old lady, you get the old lady buff. If she was that old, her kid would be like 30 or something. Oh yeah! But yeah, -20. Okay. Poglitch tutorial. When you spawn, you want to go on slightly a up left angle, but you want to walk a bit to gain some speed, and then you want to initiate a long jump. Then you want to dive, so roll out long jump, and you should be ending up, you know, on there. If you long jump too early, you'll ledge grab. You don't want that. So you want to always be maintaining your speed. Then you want to hop off, line yourself up with the second coin from the left. Oh yeah, also when you roll out, you go down here and do a rollout. It has to be dustless. It has to be no dust whatsoever. If you get dust, the trick is immediately impossible. You can't do it. Give up. Just don't do it. It's like that. After you get that second coin, you want to jump dive at that first line on this little bump. Jump dive there. Then once you do that jump dive, you want to do a first frame rollout. Same thing with earlier. If you make a mistake, if you get dust, like, it's instantly over. It has to be first frame. If it's second frame, it's over. You've lost your speed. After first frame rollout, you just want to do a big jump straight. It should be exactly in the middle of that. And you should get up the pole. Okay, so my speed at the end there was like 44, I think? It might have even spiked up to 60 when I actually jumped up. I noticed how anxious you get when you're under pressure. Yeah. When I realize that I'm on like a PB run, I start shaking and I start sweating and it's not good. Even my 1822, after I got the star at the end, like, and I put my hands up to like do that, you could see my hands were literally like this. I was like, oh my god, like that. Oh, guys, I fixed, you know how I said I just got so excited. You know how I poured water on this mouse and it broke? I put it in this bowl of rice overnight and it actually fixed it. Now you're going to eat the rice? I don't have anything to cook it with. You don't have a pot? No, because I'm in a door with a kitchen that only contains a sink and a microwave. What would your hobby be if the internet and video games did not exist? I would probably climb roofs. I will say, when I was at boarding school, I ran out of all my other snacks, but I did have pasta, and we had a kitchen downstairs that I could cook it in. I was always too scared to use the kitchen because there were other people in there, so I would just eat the pasta raw, which probably is not that dissimilar to eating raw rice. Is it okay to eat raw rice? Like if I eat it, is it, I won't get sick, will I? Forsten admitted he doesn't wash his legs during showering. Wasn't it he doesn't wash his feet and legs? Well, yeah, it's not ideal. I feel like feet wash themselves. Why? They're like rubbing against the shower floor. How is that? That's not clean. Oh yeah, you might as well rub like your fucking face on the shower floor to clean it. Wash the rest of your body too. Just rub it on the floor. The water naturally washes in there? No! You need soap! The germs have sticky hands. They can stick onto your skin. Do you know what I'm saying? But then my feet are slippery and I might fall and injure myself. Well, at least your feet will be clean. Can you guys hear that? Get out of my way! What is he doing? Very loud cow. I want to learn. Okay, that was a fucking fire alarm. No way. Oh my god. No, listen, the noise outside, it threw me off. Okay, I'm gonna sound like maybe an actual insane person when I say this, but recently I've been feeling like I'm in the Truman Show. I thought that when I was a kid, really. Like, people are watching you. Not that people are watching me. Everyone knows something that I don't. Okay, the reason why it mainly happens is because a lot of people in public like will look at me or stare at me for like a prolonged period of time. And the other day when I was going up the escalator, some guy in the shop, like I was to the right of the escalator, just waved at me. Like he went like that, and I looked behind me to see if anyone was behind me, and there wasn't. I was like, what? I don't know you. I genuinely did consider the possibility that he did know me from Twitch, because I was genuinely like, what the fuck? But I would have thought if he did recognize me, he would have come in chat and said like, hey, I saw you. Oh my god, that's Belle from Twitch. Oh! I wasn't expecting... I didn't think I had that much momentum. Cricket is so unbelievably boring. I'm sorry. It's Australian national sport. It's boring. Badminton is fun. Deport her? No. Have any of you guys done fencing? Fun fact, I did fencing for like 2 weeks. Why didn't you go pro? Because I was the only girl in the entire like class, and every time I went, I would cry because I didn't want to talk with anybody, and we had to verse like other people, and I was like, I don't want to verse any other people because they're all boys. And then eventually I just quit because I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Every story ends with you crying. Yeah, pretty much. Breakdancing class. I did look at breakdancing classes, but the only one I could find that I could attend, like the timing worked, was for children. Attend it? No! I don't want to join a children's dance class. I don't hate kids! It's just, it was a kid's dance class. I'm not joining that. They'd be your height? No, they wouldn't. Listen, there's a dance class, the one I did last semester. I liked that place. It's just, it's hard to, the times never work with my schedule. And also, I'm not allowed to be outside when it's dark. I've said this before, it's like Minecraft. I have to get inside before the sun sets and all the mobs start spawning. AKA the crackheads. Yeah, and the creepers. Yeah.